Hello, owners. Welcome to Week 7 in review. We have officially hit the midway point of our Peanut Butter Jelly Time League regular season. This week's review brought to you on Respiratory Care Week by Conference by the Sea. Also brought to you by Snake Dog, Flying Dog's flagship IPA. And this week, our review being brought to you by Derrieres in Myrtle Beach. Always BYOB, always totally nude. All right, a couple of headlines before we get into this. Adam Thielen out for Thursday night's game against the Redskins. Doesn't bode well for the Clash City Rockers as he picked up Kirk Cousins to stream in for Week 8. We all know that the Patriots picked up Mohamed Sanu from the 1-6 Atlanta Falcons. But the 49ers, trying to keep pace in their undefeated season so far, pick up Broncos wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders. Kerryon Johnson, out. He got a knee procedure done yesterday morning, and he is on IR. Peterson, also with some ankle issues, but plans on playing this week. All right, let's get into our Week 7 in review. Bring up the scoreboard here. Doo-doo-doo. All right. Let's start with St. Lucia. St. Lucia wins again. Their fourth win in a row. Hottest team in the Peanut Butter Jelly Time League right now, other than that undefeated team. He wins 123.8 to 74.3 over Bathtub Gin. Matthew Stafford leading the way for St. Lucia with 38.6 points. Tom Brady leading the way for the losers with 14. Our high score of the week, another hot team, Brady's 6, beats Cobra Kai 157.3 to 107. Aaron Rodgers, smoking hot this week. I believe it was 5 passing touchdowns, and then just to add insult to injury, he ran one in. Leads league scoring with 58.8 points. Jacoby Brissett put in a great game for Cobra Kai with nearly 40 points in a losing effort. Belichick yourself, as we kind of mentioned under our breath, continues to win. He beats Manbunga this week, 106.2 to 93.8. That fucking New England defense, man. Tough. Leading the way for Belichick, 23 points. And Sony Michel, 21.9. Got a little banged up at the end of that game on Monday night. Eckler, 24 points in the losing effort. Let's see what else we got here. This I guess was the second high score. Baltimore Dreggers 149.2 top the Chili Dogs. Both those teams are 4-3 now. Chili Dogs scored 99.1. Zeke 25.7, and the other side of that dynamic duo, Prescott 22.6 for the Dreggers. Bullshit. Scam likely. And Dalvin Cook 29.4 for the Chili Dogs. Let's see. We've covered those three. We've covered St. Lucia. The Lake Show. 4-3 with their win. 96.6 points over the Pilot Lights, who had 92. Kansas City defense. Another defense leading the way. 23 points for the Lake Show. And fucking Fournette. 17.5 for Pilot Lights. Last but not least, and possibly the stinker of the week, the Clash City Rockers topped the Texas Rattlesnakes 79.8 to 77.4. I think if we add that up, we're just over the high score of the week. That's not too good. I had 4 players left. I was down, 40 points or something like that. I got almost nothing from Wentz and from Alshon Jeffrey. Luckily, my Patriots came through for me on Monday night. We eke out the win. Derrick Henry leading the way for the winners, 17.3 points, and Davis 17 points for the losers. All right, I promise you guys, I don't know what's going on with my Pandora on this not-so-smart TV, but it's killing me. we've got mid-season report cards. All right, guys, here we go. I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to work my way up. Last place. I think you guys already know who it is. It's the 1-6 Texas Rattlesnakes. Should give them an F for being in last place. I'm going to give them a D, and I'll tell you why. 1-6, they're last in the Quahog division, but only 3 games back because nobody wants to win that division. Fourth in points for. So scoring a ton of points, just terrible bad luck because he's third in points against. He's 1-2 in the division, won the opener, and he's lost 6 in a row since. Sponsky, 1-6. Moving up the row, Bathtub Gin. Bathtub Gin has been, over the last couple of years, a very hot team, off to a rocky start this year, giving Bathtub a C- with his 2-5 record. Again, he's 2 games behind Draeger for in their division. Number 1 team in points against. So that shows up in that record. He is 2-1 in the division, so down the stretch that could help him out in the long run, but a loser of the last 4 games in a row. Pilot Lights, I give him a strong C at 2-5. Again, in that 2-5 tie, only 2 games behind Draeger, lost 3 in a row. He's got a close 0.4 point against, and that, again, kind of shows up. The thing about the Pilot Lights, if you look at their points for, points against, you average that out, their average loss is only by about 10 points. So they're right in the game every single week, just can't seem to get the losses going. Cobra Kai, C+ at 3-4. Only 1 game. I want to bring up my standings here real quick, so I make sure I got my my divisions right. All right, Cobra Kai in last place in the Pawtucket Brewer division. However, again, Chili Dogs are at the top of that division at 4-3. So Cobra Kai only 1 game off the pace in the Pawtucket division. He's the 5th highest scorer in the league, but opposing scorers are scoring about the same number. So, again, that shows up in his nearly 500 record. 1-2 in the division. Again, that could hurt him down the stretch. Brady 6, we're going to go C+ on his 3-4 record. Again, winner of 3 in a row, but 0-3. His start was 0-3 in divisional play. Again, that could hurt him down the stretch. Last in the Drunken Clam division. Moving up, B- for the Lake Show. The Lake Show is 4-3, tied with Clash City Rockers under Belichick in that Drunken Clam division. Outscoring opponents by almost 100 points, but only 1-2 in the division. He is our midseason king of the waiver wire with 27 moves, dethroning the number 2 team on moves, who has been our perennial king of the waiver wire, Cobra Kai, who has 19 moves at the halfway point. B-, Clash City Rockers. I really was going to give myself less of a grade, but I did start. I'm what am I? I'm in. ESPN puts me above the Lake Show. I am 2-1 in the division. So I gave myself the edge over the Lake Show, who's 1-2 in the division. Not that I need to explain myself, but number 2 in the Drunken Clan division by virtue of head-to-head win over the Lake Show. However, lowest points for and second highest points against. Somehow I'm putting these wins together, 4-3. I don't know how I'm doing it. I think I've won 2 in a row now, so I'm going to give myself a B-. St. Lucia, give them a solid B as we move. So the last 2 teams have been above 500. We'll continue above 500 at 4-3 for the Zooks. Part of a 3-way tie in that Pawtucket Brewer for first place. Chili Dogs, Manbunga, and St. Lucia all 4-3. He is the hottest team, again, besides that undefeated team, with 7 wins in a row. Outscoring more points scored than the other 4-3 teams in his division. If I'm not wrong about what? I don't know what the fuck I wrote there. One of these days I'm going to be able to read my own writing. All right, moving up. Mambunga, B+, 4-3. Again, in that three-way tie with Chili Dogs and St. Lucia. He is 3-0 in the division, though, and third highest in scoring. Moving up to the A's. Chili Dogs, A-, 4-3. Number 1 in the Pawtucket Brewers. He started 3-0 in division play, which is going to help him down the road. He's in the middle of the pack for scoring and points against. It's all about timing. Let's see. The Chili Dogs have lost 2 in a row. So they're on a little bit of a down stretch. So we'll see if we turn around in the second half. Get that hot streak going again. Baltimore Draggers, A-. Number 1 in Quahog. Number 1 in scoring. Only 3 teams have less points scored against. So he's scoring a ton and getting hardly anything scored against him. 4-3. So that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half of the league is 4-3 through the 3 divisions. Kind of crazy. Last but not least, Belichick yourself. I'm going to give him an A. I'm not giving him an A+. Giving him an A. Number 1 in Drunken Clam, running away with that division with this 3-game lead. Now, again, Texas Rattlesnakes are only 3 games behind in Quahog, but that number 1 team is only 4-3, so anything can happen there. Belichick yourself, 7-0, with the rest of us being 4 wins and 3 wins. A little harder mountain to climb. So, Belichick, A, 7-0, number 1 in Drunken Clam. Number 2 in scoring, number 1 in points against. Again, scoring a ton, nothing scored against them, and that equals a 7-0 record. All right, over 12 minutes of fantasy football greatness. We're counting down the days until Ravens-Patriots here in Baltimore, November 3rd. It's going to be a fantastic weekend for all involved. Lots of activities around town for Patriot fans and for Ravens fans, as always. Many of us going to that game. It's going to be fan-fucking-tastic. And hopefully us Patriots fans don't get beat up in the bathroom. All right, guys, that does it for Week 7. That does it for the first half of our fantasy football season. I will see you guys next week, and I'm coming for you. Wait, you know what? I want to do one more thing before we go. Let's bring this scoreboard back up. One more thing. Let's take a look ahead. Week 8 matchups, all right? So we know everybody's record. Chili Dogs, Clash City Rockers in a big 4-3 versus 4-3 matchup. That's going to be big. Baltimore Draggers go up against Brady's 6. That's going to be another great game. What do we got here? St. Lucia and the Lake Show. Another battle of 4-3 teams. And then Bathtub Gin going up against the mighty Belichick yourself. 2-5 David versus 7-0 Goliath. All right, guys, for real. This does it this time. 13 minutes of fantasy football fabulousness. Check you guys later.